Now let's add our vent stack. So I'm going to I'll go to the right elevation here, or actually just the right isometric view. And we need to vent all of our appliances. We haven't added our sink drain in. We're going to do that shortly. But these two toilets are draining into this main pipe here, but they have no venting with them. So I'm going to add a vent stack by just copying this 4-inch pipe over. And I'll put it between the two fixtures. And I want to extend this up through the roof. And that would go high enough to be clearing like snow drifting. And then we could go ahead and tie this off to this. So now that appliance is vented, which means that any of the gases and pressure are relieved through the vent stack. And we still have our sink fixture over here to add on. So I'm going to copy a piece of plumbing over. We don't really want to use a 4-inch drain, but I'm just using a piece of plumbing. And I'm just going to place this. I'm not exactly sure where that where the drain is on that sink. I'm thinking it's centered though. And I'm going to pull this up past the sink because we're going to drain into that 2-inch pipe that we just changed that to, but we're also going to continue up and use it for venting. And we're going to connect it over to the other stack here. And now one of the things to pay attention to here is this ceiling is only at the 8-foot level, and this could have a ceiling within a ceiling, so to speak, containing just a bathroom. So I'm going to go ahead and not run this up past that wall area and connect it over to this. So there's only one pipe coming up above. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this over, and then I'll just rotate it 90 degrees. And connect it with this. Now this in the wall, it's not actually seen in the room at all anyway. These are ugly connections that Revit's making the way I have this set up right now. So I'm going to pull this back so we can make a nice clean connection with that. And I'm going to use the join tool. And now we're connected there. We can go ahead and make our connection here. Once again, that just seems to be a really bulky, ugly fitting, and I think there's some Revit or Real Plumbing has much nicer solutions for that, Real Plumbing connections. Let's swing over to the side view here so we can look kind of at where the sink is. I'll just go to wireframe for now. So we have that 2-inch line in here, and I'm just going to grab it and just copy it and rotate it just because we need to add a little drain in. And I'll just do copy and rotate, and I'm not in the right orientation here or something. It's not letting me do that. Let's see if I can skin this cat some other way. Doesn't like that function, so I'm going to just pull this off. I'm going to shorten this way down again. Actually, I should have left it right where it was. Well, we'll see how we do here. I'm going to go ahead and pull that down. Now we'll go back to that other view. What I'm trying to do is get a little stub of a pipe coming out of the sink drain. So I'm going to go and turn this over this way. And then we'll go back again. So that would be this coming out of the sink. What it doesn't have is a trap to it. And that could be a little bit, it's not going to be illustrated in our sink. It's underneath that area where the knee protective area is. But remember, it does have to have a trap to it. So here we've got that now going into the sink area. There would be a P-trap here coming to that. And we want to make a connection to those. Let's see if that'll allow us to make a connection. And there we go. We have a connection with that drain. So now we have most of our plumbing, except we have no place to go with it. So let's go ahead and I'll just grab another slice of plumbing here. I'm going to grab the vent, and I'm going to just make a copy of it and drag it over here. And I want to make this ample long enough so that it goes through to the first floor. So I'm just going to drag this way down. The main stack coming down. And let's see if we can join these two. There we go. So let's go back to our 3D view now. Okay, so now we have just a good general description of a concept of how our fixtures are all going to get hooked up, how our vent stack will go up, and how our main stack coming down here. This could also possibly be a vent stack going all the way up this way, so it's one continuous pipe, and then the vents for these appliances or these fixtures could then come back to it and meet up that way. But that just is to give you an indication of the kind of plumbing amount and configuration, just the issues that plumbers go through to set up these layouts. We buried it into the wall. We still have other water supply lines to think about attaching, and we'll put a small hot water tank over here in our next few clips. So I'll just end this one right now.